This Mamiya ZD is an old digital medium format DSLR that uses a large CCD sensor. How does this beast perform today? Welcome back to my channel, this time for a preview of a camera that I bought a few days ago. This camera is actually the first medium format DSLR ever made. It was announced in 2004 and released in 2006, but it never became popular and therefore only around 2000 were ever produced. I'm lucky to be one of the owners of this rare camera, but why didn't it catch on? When it was announced, it was top of the line in the industry, but Mamiya were too slow to get it out to the market. Thus, it basically was outdated the day it was released. But in my opinion, outdated doesn't mean not good or not usable. I believe the camera industry went crazy in update mania for no real reason, and it continues even today. Yes, there are photographers and use cases that justify buying the best in resolution, autofocus speeds, image stabilization, and what else. For most people and most use cases though, as I always try to show on this channel, using old cameras, a decent camera from 10 years or even more years ago completely does the job. Back to this 16-year-old camera with a serial number of 1062. Why is it that I believe this could be an awesome camera tool for me? First of all, as followers of my channel know, I adore the look of CCD sensors, and this camera contains a 22 megapixel CCD sensor. But that is not all. As it is a medium format sensor, the size of the sensor is bigger than full frame. Just a tiny bit bigger, like the 33 by 44 millimeter sensor in my Hasselblad X2D. No, this one is really big, with a size of 36 by 48 millimeters, and thus double the size of a full frame sensor. Thus, the light carrying ability of this very large photosites in this sensor is enormous compared to a modern high megapixel count full frame camera. That is necessary for this old CCD sensor technology, but it affects the image quality in a very positive way. I adore the output of this camera, though some say that it tends to be a little off in its color rendition. I find it a bit muted but very natural. I even like the JPEGs directly as is. They remind me a bit of Canon JPEGs that I have always liked for their tiny bit of softness and very little saturated colors. The raw images are read nicely by my post-production application, that is Darktable, as I have left Adobe many years ago. And the RAWs are very flexible, thus I can get exactly the look that I want from them. The camera is, as you would expect considering the medium format sensor, on the large side, but it feels great in my hand despite its hefty weight. There are many controls on this camera, so it's easy to set it up exactly the way you want. An unusual thing is that the power button also decides whether you are in single exposure mode, continuous or timed exposure mode. But I do like the way that it is implemented. The camera accepts lenses from Mamiya 645 and Phase 1 cameras. So far I only have two manual lenses, but it also takes autofocus lenses. Both are 80mm, but one is the incredible, this is one 80mm f1.9 that on this large sensor can produce some beautiful autofocus backgrounds. I would love to explore this further. You have a total of 3 LCDs on this camera. On the top for most of the settings that you would want to change frequently, and a backside that do things like ISO and image quality, and a small LCD for reviewing images. The latter is not very usable for two reasons. Firstly, it is very low resolution, so it's difficult to judge sharpness in shot images, but you can judge exposure, also helped by a good histogram. Secondly, the camera is slow in storing and afterwards showing your newly exposed image. With regards to chimping, that is constantly watching your images on the backside of your camera, I often turn off image display completely, so I don't care about the slow image display. I regard this as a modernized analog film camera, and I shoot it like that. And I don't look at the images before I load them into my computer at home. As this is only a short preview, there will probably be things that I dislike after using it for a longer time, but for now I just enjoy the film-like shooting experience and in my opinion, awesome images from this camera. I'll be back with a more in-depth review of it, but this is all for now. Please subscribe to my channel and also hit the like button so others can find this information. So thank you and bye for now.